Welcome to Gararrd McClendon Live. Tonight we will have 13th District Congresswoman Judy Biggert and Illinois State Senator Dan Cronin. But boy, was I yawning last night. I tried my best to watch the Republican National Convention, but energy drinks couldn't keep me awake. I did like Fred Thompson's speech on McCain's compelling prisoner of war ordeal, though. What are your thoughts on the Republican National Convention? Is Sarah Palin's family drama more interesting? Hey, give me a call tonight, 630-575-TALK. I want to hear what you have to say. But first, Joe Lieberman went for crossover appeal as he went fishing for votes and morale during his speech.
So tonight, I want to ask you whether you are an independent, a Reagan Democrat, a Clinton Democrat, or just a plain old Democrat. This year, when you vote for president, vote for the person you believe is best for our country, not for the party you happen to belong to.
Oh, man, you talk about fishing for votes, you know, but that wasn't all. He broke out the violins for the We Are the World proposal.
I appeal to independents, Democrats, and Republicans. Let's come together this November to make a great American patriot, John McCain, our next great president. Thank you. God bless you. God bless America.
That's the senator from Connecticut, Joe Lieberman. This looks like he's doing a flip here, 630-575-TALK. I'm going to read from my personal blog today. You guys can hit this at cltv.com. I mentioned changing parties to get elected by any means necessary is how the senator rules his Connecticut galaxy. With lightsaber in hand, Lieberman Skywalker told the delegates at the RNC, when you vote for president, vote for the person you believe is best for the country. You know what? Tatooine has two sons, so just flip to the party that elects you. Joe, are you a Democrat? Are you an independent? Joe, are you a Republican? C-3PO, R2-D2, hyperspeed, Darth Maul, Vader, or Nader? Lieberman Skywalker may be the Republican, may the Republican force be with you. I want to keep going. I was reading the Chicago Tribune today, and I'm looking at some comments from bloggers. There's one comment from Mr. Rogers that states, wow, Lieberman and Thompson on the same night? Zzz. It was definitely sleepy time. Also going to Joe Flip-Flopper, Chicago Tribune says, plain and simple, Lieberman is a flip-flopper, the kind of politician the GOP makes a living on vilifying. Flip, flop, flip, flop. Give me a call. 630-575-TALK is the number. 630-575-TALK. Hey, I want to speak with Congresswoman Judy Biggert. Welcome to Gararrd McClendon Live. How are you today?
Great.
That's
it's
good.
Nice
That's
to be
good.
Here.
You know, Judy, I got to ask you this question. Are you excited about your party at this time? Lots of things have been occurring over the last few weeks, but is Judy Biggert, Congresswoman, excited about the Republican Party?
You know what? I really am. I'm really excited. I think that the VP pick, Sarah Palin, really has energized all of us. I think this is the shot in the arm that we need.
Now, has the hurricane dampened some of the spirits and morale? You know, it was a blow that kind of upset me. You know, I was like, I don't think that something like that should happen to any party. I wouldn't want to see that happen to the Democrats or the Republicans. But, you know, do you feel that it slightly dampened the spirits of the Republicans?
Well, you know, you think of a convention, it's a time to party, it's a time for speeches, it's a time to get together and socialize. And I think that the Republican Party was worried about this when there's horrible hurricane was, you know, coming in full force towards the Louisiana and the Gulf. That's a time that you don't really want to be out partying when you think of all the tragedy that happened in Katrina and what could happen this time. So I think it did put a damper on it.
Definitely, definitely. I think we've got Senator Dan Cronin. Senator Cronin, are you available?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Senator Cronin. Quick question. What's the excitement level like at the Republican National Convention? I was just speaking with Congresswoman Judy Biggert. She said the Republican spirits are high as they could be. What's it like? You're out there.
Well, there's a big buzz here in Minneapolis. Sarah Palin, John McCain, we are really excited. It's genuine. It's real. And I got to tell you, Gararrd, back home in DuPage County, out in Wheaton and western suburbs, phones have been ringing off the hook. People are very, very excited. We know that this race has tightened, and people really like this person, Sarah Palin.
Now, I have to ask you this. I noticed that the arena was not full for the last 2 nights. Now, yes, that may be because of the hurricanes, but I would have thought that the arena would have been full last night for those speeches by Thompson and Lieberman.
Well, it looked full to me. I don't know what time you tuned in, but it took us a heck of a long time to get through security, to get through all the lines. It'll be full tonight, I assure you. You know, Sarah Palin is a real interesting story, and I'm delighted that you're interested in it. She's a woman that has come to this point in a much different way than, say, Barack Obama.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, she was she's part of what we see in the Republican Party. You know, this new family, two working parents, 3, 4, 5, in her case, 5 kids. You know, they're making a go of it. She started her interest in politics at the local level. You know, PTA, city council, mayor of a town, governor of Alaska. She wasn't calculating and scheming and planning like, with all due respect, Senator Obama for years and years. So I got to ask you, Gararrd, what's more valuable? What's a more valuable experience? The mayor of a town in Alaska or a community organizer on the South Side? I mean, it's really
Dan,
hard, and she's running for the #2 spot.
Oh, you know, Dan, maybe this is my bias, but I would have to go with Senator Barack Obama. Community organizing on the South Side of Chicago is a Herculean task. I'm coming back to you,
Yes.
Dan. I'm going to Judy. Judy,
Now,
talk to me, Judy, about the vice presidential pick. Do you think that choosing Sarah Palin was the right move? There were other people probably a lot more qualified.
I think it was
come
brilliant.
on.
I think McCain did a great job, and he has to be comfortable with his pick. And I think that they really are like maybe 2 peas in a pod. They really are reformers. They're mavericks. They're the people that are independent. They do things because it's the right thing to do, and I think that she really has energized the whole party.
Judy, question, and I want to ask the senator this as well, but Judy first. You be honest with me now. Would you have chosen Romney, Giuliani, or Huckabee if those were your choices?
Well, I did make a choice, and I had picked Giuliani, and ran as a delegate for him. That's why I'm not there.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Dan, talk to me. Romney, Giuliani, or Huckabee, who would you have chosen?
All fine guys, but none of the above. I would have gone with Sarah Palin. You got to understand something, Gararrd. The media's missing this. They're really missing the mark. This is a woman who kind of came up a different path. I mean, you know, the Ivy League school wasn't in the cards for Sarah Palin, yet she's very smart, very accomplished. You know, I mean, if you think that the only way to get to the level that Barack Obama has gotten to is to plan and hire the best consultants and pay homage to the Sunday morning talk show host, and you know, raise $500 million and carefully calculate your. I mean, I watched the man in Springfield for 8 years. Well, a gentleman, yes, but this is not a man that has a strong moral compass and knows who he is and where he comes from. I would say Sarah Palin is the real deal, and I'm very excited about it. I think after the media is done beating up on her, people will let that go away and they will make a judgment for themselves, and I think they will be very, very pleasantly not only surprised, but I think they will grow to feel very comfortable with her.
Yes. Senator Cronin, hold on with us. Congresswoman Biggert, hold on tight. 630-575-TALK is the number. We're going to come back with 13th District Congresswoman Judy Biggert, and from the Republican National Convention, Illinois State Senator Dan Cronin. More Gararrd McClendon live in a moment. That's this week's cover of Us Weekly. Scrutiny grows as Governor Sarah Palin approaches what many say is the biggest speech of her career yet. Welcome back to Gararrd McClendon Live. Joining me from Studio C is 13th District Congresswoman Judy Biggert, and from the Republican National Convention, Illinois State Senator Dan Cronin. Welcome back, you two. And you know, I didn't want to go to the Sarah Palin questions, but I have to. You know, let's look at the whole situation pertaining to Sarah Palin's family. Are families off limits? Let me go with Dan Cronin first. Yes, Dan, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely off limits. But, you know, once the media put it out there for her, I think she's probably got to deal with it. But I think it's off limits. Senator Obama was gracious enough to be very forceful in his remarks, stating that the family's off limits. But I know the score. Everybody knows this game. And when you run for the highest office in the land, you know, you've got to be prepared to talk about anything and everything. And she's tough. She can handle it. They're dealing with it.
Yeah, Judy, what do you think about that? I'm reading Chicago Tribune today, and Eric Zorn says children will be off limits in politics as soon as politicians stop dragging their kids on stage and using them as campaign props. Same with wives or other relatives. Senator Obama was very gracious by saying families are off limits, but it looks like Sarah Palin's family is all in the media. Talk to me, Judy.
Well, you know, the knives are always out there, and it doesn't matter what Obama says, because then he's out. He's not going to be criticized for saying anything. But you know, his kids were out there too. And remember the thing where he was talking, and one of the daughters kept asking him to answer the question, and he obviously didn't want to. But you know, Sarah Palin seems to be a very strong person, and she's busted the good old boy network, and I think she's used to really having to fight for everything that she's gotten, and she's feisty, and I think she is strong and she can handle it.
The media inquiry about her the media inquiry to the 17-year-old daughter, and I think it's over the top. I think it turns a lot of people off.
You think it's over the top, Dan?
I mean, oh my God, I think it was hideous. We're not even asking questions about Barack Obama himself when he was 17 years old, but they're asking Sarah Palin, the VP candidate, about her 17-year-old daughter. I mean, I think the media is hurt that Sarah Palin hasn't been out there paying homage to them, hasn't been out there seeking their approval.
Yeah.
You know, she was sort of a surprise to them all, so they want to jump on her. I think it'll wear off.
That's a good point, Dan, but we also must realize that Barack Obama wrote 2 books airing all of his dirty laundry, and so it was very difficult for people to mudsling because he put a lot of mud in those books. I'm going to Rez. Rez, thank you for calling Gararrd McClendon Live. What's your comment?
Well, I've got a couple of comments. First of all, the Republican Party, who calls themselves a moral majority party, they have a double standard, and the party is plagued by promiscuity. They want to legislate the behavior of other people all the time. They want abstinence taught in the school. They said Britney Spears' sister was a poor role model. They don't want the kids using contraceptives, and yet their party has nothing but promiscuity. Anything that happens with Democrats, they bring it up. We didn't bring up Larry Craig or Jimmy Swaggart or any of the others. This young lady right here, if you want to talk, they have their ideology is simple. What is good for the Republican Party is good for the world. If the shoe was on the other foot, they would have wiped the floor with the Democratic Party. The Democrats just don't hit back as hard.
Oh, wait a minute. Rez, I thank you for that phone call. She has a very good point, Judy and Dan. If Barack Obama had, or if Barack Obama or Joe Biden had a daughter that age, and that daughter got pregnant, would not the Republicans jump on that as a tactic to attack? Judy, talk to me.
I don't think so.
Oh, wait a minute, Dan. Judy, talk to me.
Well, you know, I really think that that's a little unfair to say that the Republican Party's the moral majority and all of these things, because I think we're a party of the Big Tent, and I don't think that she should just
wait
put
a minute,
us all
Judy, what's a party of the Big Tent?
The party of the Big Tent is of the different views that we have. whether you're a moderate or you're a conservative or a Christian conservative, when we all work together.
Judy, there's no black people at the Republican National Convention. I mean, I'm being a little, and there's some hyperbole there.
Well, I haven't checked it out.
But when you scan the crowd at the RNC, it doesn't look like the crowd at the DNC. Come on, Judy.
Well, we're working on the diversity, and I think what Sarah Palin brings to this is that it's showing that we want women in the party, we want young people in the party, and we want the diversity. And I have to say that, you know, right now I can't see who's there, so I don't know.
Right. Right.
I have to believe what you're saying.
Great point. Hey, can the Republicans pull their party together? More with Congresswoman Biggert and State Senator Cronin.
He said it's not going to be about issues, it's going to be about personalities, which probably explains why last night when they were speaking, all these speakers came up, you did not hear a single word about the economy.
Oh, man, Barack Obama is growing teeth and claws. Welcome back to Gerard McClendon Live. Congresswoman Biggert and Senator Cronin, thanks for staying with us. I'm going to Senator Cronin. Let's talk about the GOP and the lack of diversity. Last week, I saw a whole bunch of different cultures mixed in, you know, enjoying themselves at the Democratic National Convention in Colorado. The Republican National Convention, I don't see that diversity. Come on, talk to me, Dan.
Well, you know, I think the Republicans, we invite all people to come into our party. I mean, we have room and we want them in. And we're trying, and I try in my role as a party chairman in DuPage County, and I'll try even harder to invite African Americans and Latino Americans and all different diverse races and cultures into our party. The difference is, Gerard, and the reason why it's a little bit more of a challenge for us is that because our message is one that takes a little time to sort of appreciate, you know? I mean, you know, when a Democrat gets up and talks to a diverse crowd, maybe immigrants, or people in an urban area, they say, look, I'm the Democrat, and you join our party, and we'll take care of you. We'll take care of you before school. We'll take care of your schooling. Yeah. We'll take care of your after school, your meals, your health care. Just come on in, and we'll give you a big hug, and you don't have to worry about it. Now, they don't think about, at first blush, about how the government is going to control their life and how they're going to lose freedom. Republicans say, we want you, but we want to emphasize individual responsibility. We want to talk about lower taxes. We want to keep government out of our lives because we think you're smarter and you're to be trusted more.
Wow.
So that's number one. Number two, the diversity here, Gerard. You got to, you know, I don't know. There's a lot of people from rural America. I mean, it depends how you define diversity.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
Are there a lot of people of color here from urban centers? Probably not as many as there was at the DNC, no doubt about it. But I'll tell you, you look across this land. I'm walking down the street with people from rural, you know, Mississippi and Tennessee. I'm looking at people that are from small town America, from suburbs of different. So you know, it depends how you define it.
You know what, Dan?
I think that yes.
Dan, I hate to interrupt. I'm glad you brought that point up because sometimes we just define diversity by skin color, and that's not fair. Just to look at phenotype. I want to go to John. John, thanks for calling Gerard McClendon Live. Make it quick, my friend.
Hello?
Yes, John, your comment.
Yes, John McCain, what can he possibly do different than George Bush did? I mean, George Bush hasn't even admitted to make during the war.
Appreciate it. Thanks, John. Judy, caller John asks, what is the difference between John McCain and George Bush?
Well, there's a lot of difference. You know, he's always been a maverick in the party, and he has the independence. And when he does something, he does it because he thinks it's right. And it really doesn't matter who he does it with. For example, working with Lieberman. He's somebody that crosses party lines. He really works to get anybody that wants to work with him together. And I think that's what the American people want. They're really tired of this partisanship. They want to see us find solutions to problems. He's got the background in the foreign affairs. He's the one that pushed so much for the surge and finally brought others around.
That's right.
And he just has the attitude that we have got to get back together and find the solutions.
Okay, hey, I think I just met two Republicans that I like. CLTV.com/GM. Welcome back to Gararrd McClendon Live. You know, thanks to my guests, Congresswoman Judy Biggert and State Senator Dan Cronin, regardless of your party, study the issues. Personalities and personal circumstances may affect our judgment, but on Election Day, we vote for McCain or Obama. That's Gararrd McClendon Live. Hey, Gandhi said it best. The future depends on what we do in the present. Good night.
Ask or ask? Donda's rules, Suit Shoes. McClendon